I'm back. And it's not a head wrap tutorial this time. I've got this new segment that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. So I'm really excited that it's finally happening. It's finally here. And I'm calling it my 3 a.m. diary. And what these sessions are about is I want to share my stories on the journey that I've been on being a creative and an entrepreneur in Australia, successes and failures, tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. And I really want to share this in the hopes of making some things that you might be going through seem very normal. Because if there's anything I've learned about this journey is that there's some things that happen that you think are only happening to you, but the more you speak to people, you realize, oh my gosh, this is so normal. It's like it's something most people go through, and they just get tips, tricks, and tools of how to break through to get to the next level. So I'm hoping that in sharing and opening up, because sometimes social media can make everything seem like, oh my gosh, it's all so glossy and glowing and all gold and glitter. But in reality, behind the scenes, no, there's a lot of heartache, there's a lot of pain, there's things to overcome, work that you need to do not only outside but within yourself as well. Like there's so much baggage that you carry that you don't know how it's affecting how you make decisions, and fears you have that stop you from pursuing your passion. So that's my intention for these segments, to really help break through some of these barriers. The way the name came about was not that I do this at 3 in the morning. A few years back, I found this strange pattern where I'd be waking up at these odd hours in the morning, and I was finding it really hard to go back to sleep because my mind was just going at a million miles a minute. And try as I might to do all those things like count sheep, empty my mind or think nothing, meditate, like it just wasn't working. And then it was compounded by the fact that I'd just be sitting there going like, oh my gosh, I have, and start counting the number of hours I still had left before I had to wake up and start my day. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So then I came across this podcast by an author called Wayne Dyer, and he said, the morning breeze has something to tell you. Do not go back to sleep. And oh my gosh, that was like mind blown, right? I was like, is it a thing? It's a thing? And I started reading about it. I'm like, it is a thing. And there's a few schools of thought, like there's the 3 a.m. or the 4 a.m. And so the different schools of thought are, some people think it's the most creative hour of the day. And that's why I guess the Dyer quote, do not go back to sleep. And others say it's just your body's natural rhythms that wake you up at that time. But whatever the case, I thought, okay, I'll follow what Wayne Dyer suggested, write things down, you're already awake. And then the funny thing would happen is that, so I'd wake up and I love to write. If you know me, like write on my phone. I'm just all about writing. So I'd wake up, write things down, and as soon as I'd download all that information, it was like, boom, back to sleep. It's like it never happened. And I found like a lot of the ideas that I have today, like, and not all of them were relevant at the point of writing, but when I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, there were a few gems in there. So some of these topics that I'll be discussing in the 3 a.m. diaries actually did happen at those 3 a.m. hours. And it doesn't happen all the time. It's not like, oh, every day I'm up at 3 a.m. No, it comes in cycles. And when it does, I've just learned how to recognize it and take advantage of it. And yeah, and here we are. So years later, it has produced this vlog, the 3 a.m. diaries. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope to grow with you, to share and build a community where we can all learn from each other. So until next time, talk to you then. Ciao.